Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been a wonderful week and many things have happened. However, we are here and today we're going to talk about the Alchemist strategy on AUDHF. Those who don't know me, I'm Hassan. I teach the Alchemist strategy on my channel. Today we're having AUDHF and I'm going to teach you about the creation of the storyline and how you can arrive at making complicated trades as long as you follow this simple strategy. So excuse me, so as it is a norm on the channel, you guys, before I proceed, you're going to first subscribe to the channel. I'll give you 5 seconds, you subscribe, and then we'll proceed with the video as I give you the insight of the Alchemist strategy on AUDHF. Okay guys, subscribe to the channel so we can proceed. It is too cold, so my voice is a little bit bruising. So guys, subscribe, we continue. Okay, so on the screen we have AUDHF, and this is going to be a simple step-by-step Alchemist strategy, or the creation of the MSN, or the creation of the storyline on the Alchemist, or what you might call Alchemist plus SNR, support and resistance. So what you see on the screen is AUDHF, and this is the weekly time frame. I told you it is better you start with a high time frame such that you can get a lot of space to work with, and that gives you a lot of pips to acquire in the market. And by doing so, that means you're going to hold your trades for some good time. It might take 2, 3, 4 days, sometimes even a week, sometimes it might even go to up to 2 weeks. But for as long as you know the direction of the market, you know where the market is going, then you don't have to be worried. So what we have is the weekly time frame, and guys, please be attentive, note whatever I'm telling you step by step. You're going to get there. Okay, so now we have a weekly time frame, and this is the weekly candle. Let's concentrate on this doji, or this indecision candle that was created on the support area here. I told you it is Alchemist combined with SNR, support and resistance. I know some people trade support and resistance, some people do not trade it, some people trade SMC, people trade a lot of things, but I can assure you one thing: whatever you trade, you'll need, at some point you'll need to include or incorporate support and resistance in whatever strategy that you're having. So support and resistance is the basic of trading. It's like trend lines. Yes, trend lines do not work that much, but at least at some point they can help you with the precision. So when you incorporate support and resistance, it's always going to be easy. So what do we see? I told you we concentrate on this doji candle. So this candle rejects the support level here. When you try to look on the left, you don't see anything on the left. The last time price was down here on AUDHF, it was here. That means these are new lows that price created. So what happened is we rejected down here with a doji candle, and a doji candle means indecision. Remember, price was in a downtrend. I told you you want to know where price is going, you go to the monthly time frame. See, price was making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and then it made a lower low. So when it made a last low, it ended with a rejection up. So the monthly is just mainly to show us the overall direction. So we know when we are trading reversals, they are going to be choppy and they are going to be very heavy, so they are not going to move fast. But when we are trading with the trend, the movements are going to be fast. What do I mean? When you're trading retracements in a downtrend, that's you're trading a pullback, which is a mini uptrend. It's going to be choppy. It is not going to be that swift and fast. But when the market reaches where it reaches and turns boom to look down, and you're trading with a trend, with the overall trend, is going to be fast. I'm going to show you here. Let me start from here. See here, we dropped. You see this one candle took like how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these candles going up. Then we dropped up to here. Going up, we took 1, 2, 3. When we dropped this one candle, this one red candle, it engulfed 2 candles, and this is the weekly time frame, guys. This is the weekly time frame. So this one candle engulfed these 2 candles. Going up here, it took us how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 weeks to reach here, but it took only 1 week to cover these 2 weeks. And then we dropped, despite the fact that these candles are small, they are all red. That means there was a total bearish momentum going up. So when we were retracing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but still have a red candle here. We went out, we took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We took 6 weeks to go up here, but it only took us 2 weeks to come down to where we took 6 weeks to go from. We took 6 weeks to move from here up to here, 6 weeks. But coming from here back here, it only took 2 weeks. 1, 2. There is even a jump here to reach here early, 2 weeks. And then it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to reach here, 7 weeks, 8. And then going down, it took only 1 week. 1 week and we were already down. And then it took us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 weeks to get up here. And then it took us how many weeks to get down? 1, 2, 3. So that shows you that the bearish momentum is high. So when you're trading the pullbacks, they are going to be choppy, they are going to be heavy, and they will take long to give you pips or materialize. But when you're trading with the trend, when the pullback is over and you're trading with the trend, like for example, here to give us a double top, so now you know the pullback is over and you're going the trend drops drastically. 1, 2, 3, and we are down. 4 down, and now this was a pullback, very choppy. Look at the drop here. 1 week. We covered almost how many weeks here? So now currently we are in what looks like a pullback. And where are we going? We are going to the next demand zone, which is here. Supply zone, sorry, which is here. So now we know that when we come from here, we are moving up to here. So how do we get to this area? That is now what we are going to be studying. It is now what we call the creation of the story line. That is how we get to that area. So now, first things first, there is a rejection here. That is one sign to show us that we are going, we might be going up the weekly time frame. There's a rejection here. And now what happens the following? We get a doji. A doji is an indecision candle. It tells you that the buyers pushed price up here, but the sellers rejected and then pushed price up to down here. And also the buyers came in and then price closed in the middle. That means both the sellers and the buyers were undecisive on where to go. Now, that is always the first sign of a reversal. Why do I say it is always the first sign of a reversal? Remember, we pushed up, pushed down, and remain in the middle. However, we have been in a strong downtrend. If we have been in a strong downtrend, that means the following week we should also go through with a downtrend. Then how come suddenly we become indecisive at this area here? At this point, we have been in a strong downtrend. That means the following week we should go with a downtrend. The moment we become indecisive, that means we are not sure about going lower. And if we are not sure about going lower, then that means we are giving advantage to the buyers who want to take the price back. So that means we are willing to negotiate. Let me show you here. We're in a strong downtrend, engulfed these 3 weeks, strong downtrend, engulfing these 3 weeks. That means the next week also we should be going down, because we are the sellers and we are strong in this market. We are controlling the market now. The next week we should be going down, yes, and even the next week we should be going down. But the moment we come down here in this week and create a very huge rejection and close above the beyond our closing price, that means we are now renegotiating these prices. Then the buyers have come in, close price up in the middle, past the middle of the previous week. That means you're going up. Here the next candle, you see it went up. Good. So now here we are in a strong, even stronger downtrend, but the next week closes as the indecision. That means the buyers are coming in. Okay, so now we have built the narrative is a buy on the weekly. We are going to buy. So what happens then? We see a rejection here, and now we go to the daily time frame to wait for a creation of the storyline. I told you this is somehow complicated, but give it time and also follow through. If you don't understand, please go through the video once again and you're going to get it. So now, what do you see on the daily? You see price was in a strong downtrend. Let me just refine this supply zone here. Good. Was in a strong downtrend, drop, and then huge drop, and then an indecision. We try to drop, the buyers closed above us. Try to drop again, it refused. So now, this is confirmed, we are going downtrend. But however, this one is just choppy and you're seeing candles, big candles, bars. So how do you know it is confirmed? Go to the line chart. Go to the line chart here. When you go to the line chart, what do you see? You see a low, a high, then a higher low. That is a sign that the buyers have come in, but we are not yet buying from here. What we want to see is price that is creating higher price is creating higher highs and higher lows. So this is a high, this is a low. Now this is a higher high, but it's still lower than this high, and this is a lower high. So now when we break this high and create another higher high, then we are looking to enter on a lower high, as long as this high does not take out this high to come down. That is, a storyline has been created. I told you the storyline is not always going to be straight as the one we know, but just follow the logic. The logic is going to help you in identifying the storyline. The storyline is not always going to be this one that we are used to, this one here, and then we buy from a pullback to send it up. That is not how it is always going to be. So what is it, guys? How do you stop this thing? Good. The storyline is not always going to be like this, that we come from up, down, down, and then we break, then we buy to the pullback, and then we go. No, it is not going to always be like that, because price action is always dynamic. Something is going to eventually change. Trust me on that. So what happens is here it changed. They did not give us that high, but it created higher highs, higher lows. And remember, this is the daily time frame. It is breaking previous highs and creating higher lows and daily time frame. So when we see this high and then we create a low, and then we see the break of this high and create another low, this is where we are looking to enter from. So we are looking to enter from that area there, but we are entering with demand and supply on the lower time frame, targeting where? Targeting up here. So you'll come to the 4-hour to see whether there were places you could enter from. Remember, with the demand and supply, you want to mark the last indecision candle before an impulse in order for you to get sniper entries. Make sure you mark it well. If you cannot get it, you go to the higher time frames. So now good, I think it is there. You want price to come and break this high here, go up, come down, and give you an entry here. However, on our daily, this was not the entry, this was the second break of structure. So we are entering here. So you wait. Let me just mark it out well. There. Yes, there, that is the truth. I know there's a space here, but the moment you see it has tried the first time, it is not getting through, and it comes the second time, you can just enter, but it's supposed to tap you in automatically and then flow. Let me see whether there's a better entry on the 1 hour. But I hope you get the concept, guys. I just hope you get the concept, because this is, even in the 1 hour, it is not there. So you just enter it manually, and when we enter, there's a lot of price action. Good. So when we enter, we are targeting the target on the daily time frame. So you'll enter from here. Sometimes people adjust with 2 pips above. This is a stop loss of 33 pips, and then you come to your daily to monitor how price is progressing. So you're risking $300, $330 to make $3,500, and so far where price is, you have already made $1,900. It went up to $2,600. Price has retest $1,900, but we know it is going to go up to here. So as price is moving, just lock in your profits. By now you would have locked in $1,000, and the trade will be risk free. You lock in $1,000 and wait for the price to go to your target. So guys, that is all. I hope you have followed through and learned something. If you haven't learned something, just go and watch the video step by step. You're going to get a clear plan on where the market is heading. And always guys, try, the moment you identify the direction of the market on the high time frame like the weekly, get your storyline on the daily. After the storyline is created, go to the 4-hour and look for supply and demand zone. I find supply and demand the best way of entering the market in getting sniper entries and good risk to reward ratio. There, that way, if you lose, you're not going to lose a lot of money, but if you win, you're going to win more. That means in this one win here that we have here, giving you, you're risking $300 to get 3,000. That is a 10% risk to reward ratio, and it is possible. If you think it is not possible, right now where price is, you already got 5% risk to reward. That means you need to lose 5 more trades in order for you to be in a drawdown. Even if you lose 4, you'll still be in profits. Think about it guys, you need to lose 5 more trades in order for you to be in a drawdown. 5 trades. Even if you lose 4, you're going to be in profits, and there is no you're losing 5 trades consecutively unless you're risking 1,000 plus. There's no you're losing 5 trades consecutively. So guys, that is all. Subscribe to the channel, don't forget, like the video if you've learned something from it, like it, and also share. You can comment for anything that was not clear, and then I'll be able to give you the best. I'm looking over a different way of making these videos, so much detailed, such that you guys can understand step by step and be able to make money out of the forex market. That is all for today, and I wish you a good day. Bye. Subscribe to the channel.